back. I know it has been forever since I've done a video on my YouTube channel, but I have a very good excuse for being MIA for the past couple, months, I think. I got a request from a very good friend on Instagram to do a video on a new book that I finished 2 days ago. So without further ado, I will introduce myself. My name is Sarah Sheffman. I am the author of the Hardest Decision series, a Torn Apart series, and now I will introduce to you my brand new novel. So, this year has been an extremely busy month for me for writing. I have written not one, not two, 8 novels in the past year. And I know to some people that's going to seem like, how is that possible? Well, if you don't know my books are short. The chapters don't usually exceed more than 2 pages, but the chapters are longer. My last book, not this one, the last one I wrote was 49 chapters. So it's not like I'm writing a humongous Bible of a book, It's not that big, but they are, as my mom calls them, short stories, which they're books, they're novels. So here I am going to be introducing and talking about my brand new series that I just finished and I cannot wait to tell you. So without further ado, this is Poison Secrets, book 1 in the Deception series. So I will post a picture of it at the end of the video because I know the glare you can't see it. So this is a behind-the-scenes, in-depth look at my new book. So when I first started writing this book, I just finished my Torn Apart series a month and a half ago prior to starting this one. And I have to admit, I was petrified. I wasn't only scared, I was petrified. I'm like, Sarah, this is a completely new series, new characters, completely different storyline. How are you going to be able to do this? And I finished the first chapter, and I thought, okay, so this is going to be the one time you're going to start a book, and you are just going to throw it away, because I had no idea how to keep going, and I just started writing, and I am so happy that I did not discard this book, because it is, out of all the books I have ever written, Poison Secrets has to be my favorite. I love my characters, I love my storyline, and I think that for authors, if you are scared, So here is the storyline of Poison Secrets. So I started writing Poison Secrets, and I knew I wanted to start a dark adult romance book. And I had the character's idea in my head. The main character is Maya Kensington. I can't even pronounce the name. And she is a 27-year-old woman living in Seattle. Now, I had done books in Toronto and Miami, and I knew one of my favorite new authors' book that I fell in love with took place in Seattle. So I said, okay, Sarah, that's where your book is being placed. And she is a waitress, and she has a best friend roommate named Ashley Moreau. Now, I loved how these two characters, and actually one of my good friends got to read the book early and gave me her feedback that she loved how Maya and Ashley are completely opposite. They're completely different. And the first chapter takes place in their apartment. It's a very hectic morning, and you get a glimpse of what her life really is like. And then she goes to work, and she accidentally, I loved that I made this part. I'm not getting into it because it is one of the best scenes in the book where Mia meets the very handsome, mysterious, dark, dominating character, Kevin Nathaniel Peterson. Now, I know I've had a lot of male characters in my books in the past, but Kevin is one of my favorites. He is just handsome, he's dark, he's mysterious, he has a really dark past, and the way that they met is very unconventional, but I wanted it to be like a class. Like, these two people meet out of nowhere in really unconventional circumstances, definitely, and they basically turn each other's worlds upside down. And Kevin comes from a military background, and he has a family, his parents, Josiah Kings Peterson, who's his father, and Maria, who's his mother, which you don't really get to see his mother in book 1, which I'm happy because she'll have a big entrance in book 2. He doesn't have a very good relationship with his parents, especially his father. And you don't really get to know why he has such an estranged relationship with his father. But further along in the book, you find out that his father, for very, I would say, protective reasons and selfish reasons, keeps him in the dark about a bunch of stuff. Keeps him in the dark about a few things that he finds out. Now, the plot of the book, I'm going to try and go into it because if I tell you too much, it's going to give it away. And trust me, the plot of this book, there's 2 different plots, is the best. Love the idea of you meet somebody and it's just spark and you just instantly fall in love. I know that that's cliche, but it's not really love because Kevin really doesn't confess it to her, but she feels it. But to be in love with somebody, but some circumstances happen that the one person you're in love with reminds you of the worst day and loss of your entire life, and someone that you deeply love and you care about. So that's what Mia is going through. Every time she's with Kevin, he reminds her of a person that she lost who was very, very close and very dear to her. So there's this push and pull with her that I want to be with him, but every time I'm close to him, he reminds me of this loss, and I just can't do it. So there's this push and pull between that, and Kevin has his own demons that he's dealing with. After the military, he went into SWAT, Special Weapons and Tactics, to serve for a few years because his father gave him the ultimatum, either you go back into the military or you come work with me in the family business, which unfortunately he took over his father's hedge fund business, and he has a best friend, Stephen Rice. I keep going back and forth because I love Maya and I love Kevin, but I love the 2 other people, Ashley and Stephen. Stephen is like Kevin and Stephen are the same age, but it's almost like Stephen is an older, more smart, intelligent older brother that says, Kevin, this is what needs to happen. You need to get your ass out of your head. And he is the one that gives a really good advice to Kevin. And I love him. I think I might end up doing like a backstory of Stephen because I love him so much. And he's the only one that knows why he has such a bad relationship with his father. And he always tries to help him through all these obstacles. And he knows when Kevin's father calls, he's going to have a temper tantrum or whatever. And something happened to Kevin when he was in the Special Weapons and Tactics squad, whatever. And he lost someone very close to him also. And it is affecting his ability to love and to be close to another woman like Maya. So it's also like him. Every time he's close to her, he remembers what he lost, and he thinks that he should be punished because he let it happen. So there's this, with Maya, I love him, I want to be with him, yet he reminds me of this thing that I lost, and it's him. I want to be with Maya, but I can't let myself love for the person I've lost. So there's this, there's times where they're together, then all of a sudden it's going to get heated, and then they run away. There's, I said, a push and pull. There's like a magnet that's pushing them together. And someone from Kevin's past comes back and haunts him and turns his world really upside down and threatens, let's just say Maya's life gets threatened like really bad. Her 4 older brothers who are extremely protective, and they want to kill Kevin for what he took from them also. As I said, I can't elaborate on who he took or what he took. And there's Maya's father. And there's a scene between Maya and her dad, and it's called Dinner from Hell, Chapter 7. I was grinning like this, ear to ear, when I was writing this chapter, because I actually had this idea for Path to Redemption was my last book, but I never found the chapter or how to get it involved. So I'm so happy I was able to engrave it in Poison Secrets, and it is my favorite. Maya is one strong, kick-ass, I don't take any shit from no one character, and I hate books. Sorry, I'm going to take a drink because I'm a wine blogger. I love wine. I hate it when I'm reading books, and the female character is a damsel in distress, and she's pathetic, and she can't stand up for herself. So Maya is that. So yeah, that was my premise of having these two characters with such a dark, devastating, depressing past that they obviously are very attracted to each other, and they do love, they just haven't expressed it yet, but they both have these stark pasts of every time I can't let myself be happy because in an instant it will be taken away. That's the premise, and I love that it takes place in Seattle. I think Seattle itself is a main character in the book. The city is so vibrant and it's full of life. And there's a scene a chapter called Dinner Amongst the Stars, where my two characters have dinner in the Space Needle in the restaurant overlooking the city. And so, yeah, if you're a writer, use your city to your advantage. Let it be a character. I wrote that it was foggy, it was wet, it was raining, it was storming. I love that the city itself was a main character. So that is the idea, the premise, and the behind the scenes, I guess, of Poison Secrets. And people have asked me, because they texted me on my phone, how did the name Poison Secrets come up? Honestly, I came up with the name out of nowhere because I think when you have secrets that are so dark and they're so deep, they're poisoned because they've been hidden inside of you for so long, so they're poison secrets. And the book series itself is called the Deception series. So that's what it is. And on the cover, I'll read you this. What you do when your whole relationship is based off of lies. And the lies just keep on coming, and there will be so much lies and deceptions. And in book 2, I can't show you the cover, I can't give you anything away of book 2, but I can give you a name. My publisher gave me the green light to tell you the name. Book 2 of the Deception series is called Terrifying Deceptions, and it is going to be freaking insane. But Poison Secrets is the last book I have written this year. I will start Terrifying Deceptions next year because I am burnt out. I am tired. It is a lot of work to write a book, especially this one since it's so visually described and the characters I love so much. I want to do them justice. So, yeah, that is behind the scenes of Poison Secrets, and that's why I've been MIA for the past couple months. I will try to do videos again. As I said, the holidays are coming. It is almost, month of October is almost done, so I will try. So, yeah, and that's it. I will see you later. Bye.